Welcome back to our podcast, everyone. Today we're diving deep into senior nutrition and healthy diets. Let's jump right in, shall we?
Absolutely, I'm excited. There's so much interesting stuff about how our nutritional needs change as we age.
When we think about what a healthy diet means for our later years, it's really about smart, sustainable choices rather than feeling stuck with rigid rules
Mhm.
that support energy, muscle maintenance, and even a sharp mind.
Right, and that idea of enrichment over deprivation is so refreshing. It's not like we need to cut everything out. Just focus on foods that really pack a nutritional punch for our aging bodies.
Exactly, especially when we talk about macronutrients. For seniors, the mix shifts a bit. Take protein, for instance. It's crucial for avoiding sarcopenia. It's like
Yeah,
it's like building blocks for muscle, right? Without enough protein, you just risk a decline in strength and balance.
absolutely. And it's really interesting that research shows older adults might need more protein per kilogram than younger folks. That might sound counterintuitive at first, but it's all about meeting the body's decreased efficiency in absorbing and using that protein.
Precisely. For many seniors, that means roughly 1.0 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight every day. So if you're around 70 kilograms, you'd be looking at about 70 to 84 grams each day, spread out over the day rather than waiting for dinner to deliver the bulk.
Right. And then there's the question of where to get that protein. Lean meats like chicken, turkey, and fish are great, but don't forget eggs and dairy products like Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. Even plant-based options like legumes and tofu do wonders.
Great point. It's all about variety. And speaking of variety, let's talk fats. For so long, fats were seen as the enemy, but we now know healthy fats are essential, especially for brain function and reducing
Mhm.
inflammation. It's like, fuel for the brain.
Right. And distinguishing between healthy fats and not so healthy ones is key. Avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil. These all play a big role in cardiovascular and cognitive health. Then you also have the omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, which are especially important.
Exactly. But I'd add a little challenge here. Sometimes I worry that recommending fish a lot might not be accessible for every senior out there, particularly if they have dietary restrictions or budget constraints.
Oh,
We
that's a
need to
fair
consider
point.
every angle.
That's true. And transitioning to carbohydrates, there's a lot of myths out there. It's not about avoiding them entirely. It's about choosing the right types.
Yes, like complex carbohydrates, which are rich in fiber. They provide steady energy and help with digestion, all while keeping blood sugar more stable than those refined carbs that
Right,
spike and crash.
absolutely.
Complex carbs, like whole grains and vegetables, are the way to go.
And fiber itself is such a powerhouse, especially for seniors, aiding digestion and even contributing to that all-important gut health.
Right, again, it's really about keeping that digestive system happy. And then, if we look at the micronutrients, those little vitamins and minerals, the picture gets even more specific for
Mhm.
seniors.
Exactly. Vitamin D and calcium come to mind immediately. With less sun exposure and diminishing skin synthesis, our bodies often need a little extra help. Calcium paired with vitamin D is so vital for bone health, helping to stave off osteoporosis.
And then there's vitamin B12, which is critical for energy and neurological function. Many seniors might experience a deficiency partly because our stomach acid production decreases with age, making
Yeah, that's
absorption
a big one.
harder.
Iron deficiencies are also not uncommon, especially if someone has a restrictive diet or medical issues. It really shows that a balanced approach, aiming to have a careful blend of protein, fats, carbs, along with vitamins, and all that micronutrient goodness is essential.
Right. And let's not forget hydration, a topic that's often overlooked. Seniors tend to have a muted sense of thirst, and with medications and other factors, dehydration can really sneak up on you, causing dizziness or even confusion.
Absolutely.
Drinking enough water is crucial.
It's such a delicate balance. On one hand, you have the desire to avoid frequent bathroom trips, and on the other, the risk of dehydration is too significant to ignore. So, sipping water throughout the day, including hydrating foods like fruits and vegetables, is the smart approach.
Now, shifting gears a bit to practical considerations, what are your thoughts on accessibility and affordability in the context of a healthy diet for seniors?
Oh, that's really important. Absolutely. Budget can be a real barrier for many seniors, and healthy eating sometimes seems expensive. But planning is your best friend here. Meal planning, buying seasonal produce, and even opting for frozen fruits and veggies can make a big difference.
Yes, and those frozen options are just as nutritious, plus they often last longer, which helps cut down on waste. It's all about thinking smart and using things like canned
Hmm.
beans. Just remember to rinse them to reduce sodium is another good tip.
And there are community resources too, senior meal programs, food delivery services, even community transportation to grocery stores can really help out. It's all about exploring the resources available.
Now, one of the challenges that many seniors face is cooking for one or two, which can sometimes feel uninspiring. Do you have any tips there?
Oh, yes, definitely. Batch cooking is a lifesaver. Prepare larger portions of basics like whole grains, roasted vegetables, or lean proteins, and then mix and match them throughout the week. It's like building your own personal menu. It can be fun and reduces everyday stress.
Exactly. And not to mention, making meals social can add that extra spark. Getting together with friends or family not only makes the food tastier, but it also boosts appetite and the overall experience.
Right, I love that idea. Another thing to consider is that eating well in your senior years is a gradual process. It's about small, consistent changes rather than an overnight overhaul. Usual advice is to start simple. Maybe just add an extra serving of vegetables or a small protein boost to each meal.
Totally. And let's be honest, any positive change, even if it's minor, builds up over time to make a big difference in overall well being.
Now, I'd like to play devil's advocate for just a moment. Sometimes people say that a strict regimen is necessary. However, that can be a bit overwhelming and might lead to discouragement. Do you think a flexible approach is more beneficial for seniors?
Definitely. While structure is good, too rigid a plan might feel like a burden. A balanced, flexible approach allows you to adjust based on how you feel.
Right, flexibility
It's
is
a lot
key.
more sustainable in the long run.
And that flexibility is particularly important when you take into account that seniors often deal with changing appetites or even medical conditions that require dietary tweaks. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Precisely. It's about listening to your body and consulting with healthcare professionals to tailor the diet to your specific needs. A diet isn't just food, it's a tool for vitality and independence.
Absolutely. Speaking of healthcare professionals, partnering with dietitians or nutrition experts can really help personalize these recommendations. They can help you, say, manage concerns like diabetes or heart conditions by tweaking the diet appropriately.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to view your diet as an investment in your future well being. The choices you make daily can have profound effects on your energy, mood, and even longevity. It's truly life enhancing.
Yeah, and let's not forget the mental aspect. Eating well can also lead to a happier mindset. There's a connection between nutrition and the brain that's often overlooked, but many studies show that foods rich in omega-3s, for instance, can support cognitive function.
Absolutely. It's like feeding both your body and your brain. And when we combine that with proper hydration and balanced meals, it creates an environment where both physical and
Right
mental
on.
health can flourish.
I also find it fascinating how small, consistent changes eventually become lifestyle choices. You know, little tweaks like choosing whole grains over refined ones or swapping a soda for a glass of water gradually build a healthier routine.
Exactly. It's the compound effect. And while it might seem challenging at first, these manageable improvements can lead to a truly remarkable impact over time, like a slowly compounding interest in your
Mhm.
health bank.
That's such a great analogy. And as our discussion shows, a healthy diet for seniors isn't about strict rules, but about creating a balanced, enjoyable routine that respects individual needs and taste buds.
Yes. And while we're covering this, I want to mention that sometimes seniors worry that healthy eating means bland or boring meals. But that's far from the truth. There's a whole spectrum of delicious, nutrient rich recipes out there waiting to be discovered.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And let's be honest, it might even be fun to experiment a bit in the kitchen. New herbs, spices, and international flavors can turn a routine meal into a delightful adventure.
Right, and that creativity in cooking can also make meals more social. Sharing a meal turns into a shared experience that can improve loneliness and boost overall mental health.
Social connections are so important. Before we wrap up, I want to underline one more key point: gradual change. No need to overhaul everything overnight. Just start with one or two small positive changes and build from there.
Exactly. Consistency is more important than perfection. Each meal is a chance to nourish your body, promote strength, and enhance quality of life. And remember, healthy eating is not about sacrifice, but about
Right,
investing in
absolutely.
yourself.
So whether you're trying to boost your protein intake, choose better fats, or simply find more enjoyable ways to stay hydrated, every little step counts toward a healthier, more vibrant life.
Absolutely. And for all our listeners, remember that these practices aren't one size fits all. Personal recommendations from a trusted healthcare professional can tailor these general ideas to your unique needs.
Mhm. Well said. I think today's conversation has really broken down the complexities of a healthy diet in a clear and engaging way, offering practical tips that anyone can apply in their daily lives.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you for joining in this deep dive into senior nutrition. We hope you feel empowered to make small, meaningful changes that enhance your overall well being and enjoyment of food.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Keep nourishing your bodies and minds and stay curious about what healthy eating can do for you. Until next time, take care and eat well.